Okay, calling to order the Committee on International and Legal Affairs, noting the presence of Council Members Waters, Okimoto, Cordero, Tupola, and Kia'aina. Okay, members, pursuant to Section 92-3.7 HRS, this meeting will be conducted as a remote meeting by interactive conference technology with the following procedures in effect for the meeting. Members of the public will be allowed to provide oral testimony on all items on the agenda in person in the council chamber and remotely when each agenda item is taken up. As both English and Hawaiian are official languages of the state of Hawaii, pursuant to Article 15, Section 4 of the Hawaii State Constitution and Section 1-13 of the Hawaii Revised Statutes, members of the public may testify in either language. For testimonies offered in Olelo, Hawaii, additional time, as may be necessary, will be allowed for the testifier to provide an English translation of their testimony. Before testifying, each person shall state their name. Each speaker may not have anyone else read their statement and is limited to a 1-minute presentation on each item. Once in-person testimony is concluded, I will proceed to those who have registered to testify remotely by video conference. When your name is called, please monitor your screen and activate your audio feed when prompted. I will then give persons who have not registered an opportunity to offer testimony. Please utilize the raised hand feature in Zoom to be called on. For those joining us by telephone only, please press *9 to indicate your desire to speak. I will identify you by the last 3 digits of your phone number. When your number is called, please press *6 to unmute yourself when prompted. Some friendly reminders and tips: video conference from a quiet location if possible. If you're watching the proceedings on Olelo, please mute your television at the time you are called to testify. When the timer on screen reaches 0, please conclude your remarks promptly. HRS Section 92-3.7 requires all votes at remote meetings to be conducted by a roll call unless unanimous. Therefore, I will call first for objections. If there are any, I will call for a roll call vote. Okay, I don't think there's any council members participating remotely. Okay, for written testimonies, including the testifier's address, email address, and phone number will be available to the public as described in the posted agenda. Cell phones, as a courtesy, please turn off all cell phones. Announcement: agenda item number 1, Bill 16, has been canceled and will not be considered. Noting the presence of Councilmember Wire. Okay, agenda item number 2, Resolution 26-133. This is a gift reso for the Managing Director's Office from the Trust for Public Lands. Members, we have a proposed hand carry CD1 identified as OCS 2026-0404/6/22/2026, 3:09 p.m. submitted by myself. You guys have copies of the hand-carried CD. I won't go over what's in it, but you can see it for yourself. Okay, moving to testifiers. Deputy Managing Director. Welcome.
Committee Chair, thank you, council members. Ian Sheri, Deputy Managing Director, representing the administration. I just want to say thank you for your consideration for this resolution. Very productive trip to DC for Anika Nozaki, who is a member of our federal funding coordination team in the Managing Director's Office, focused on better collaboration with the Trust for Public Lands in securing federal funding opportunities for public spaces, parks, green spaces here on Oahu. So we appreciate your consideration and happy to answer any questions any of you might have.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else wishing to testify in person, please come forward. Seeing none, any remote testifiers?
Chair, there are none.
Okay, members, any questions? All right, seeing none. Chair recommends that Resolution 26-133 as amended to the hand carry CD1 identified as OCS 2026-0404/6/22/2026 2006/22/2006 at 3:09 p.m. Any discussion? Any objections? See none, thank you. Chair then recommends that Resolution 26-133 CD1 be reported out for adoption. Any discussion? Any objections? See none, thank you. Moving to agenda item number 3. This is Resolution 26-73, condemnation of a storm drain easement on, let's see, in Kahalu, Oahu. First testifier will be Aaron Sakamoto. Is Aaron here? All right, Aaron.
Good afternoon, Chair Nishimoto, Vice Chair Topola. Aaron Sakamoto with the Department of Design and Construction. We've submitted for your consideration a draft resolution authorizing the acquisition of 2 drainage easements in the Kahalu area, and I'm available to answer any questions that you may have.
Thank you, Aaron. Anyone else wishing to testify on this measure, please come forward. Sir.
Hi, my name is Doug Hoffman. I'm one of the residents at the addresses under discussion. The reason I'm here is because the DCC has not really been a very good partner as working for a resolution to acquire this easement. The easement is located immediately adjacent to a couple of structures on our home, which has been built since the plot plan has been developed. And we requested just a couple of simple things from them. One was to do a survey and recognize the 2 pieces of the 2 additions to the property on the plot plan, because they're immediately adjacent to the easement, and we don't want to have trouble later with the permitting department or anybody else if we need to do maintenance or rebuild a portion of it for some reason. And the other issue is we don't feel as though they've given us a fair market value for the piece of property that they wish to acquire. They've offered us $18 a square foot for the piece of property. The city and county assesses our land at about $94 a square foot. We feel that's a fair market value since the city and county is taxing us at that rate, not $18 the way the DCC. Is that it? Yeah. Yeah, that's it. And we're really just hoping to continue to work with them. We've contacted them on multiple occasions. They've basically given us a no to the request to recognize the structures that are currently on the property. They're both permitted structures. They've also given us a no on any negotiation on the fair market value of the piece of property. And we really do feel that they're way too low. So thank you for your consideration. I'd recommend that you reject the resolution and send it back to the DCC for further negotiation with us.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else wishing to testify, please come forward. Seeing none, any in-person testimonies or remote testimonies?
Chair, there are none.
Okay, seeing none, any discussion, member, or questions? Chair Topola?
Can I please ask a question to Mr. Sakamoto? Do you have any responses to the testifier? I mean, I do believe it's either in mine or Augie's district that this is happening, but I just wanted to know if all of these concerns were already addressed or if you guys had spoken with him.
Yes, we have had contact with Mr. Hoffman. The easement that is in question that we're seeking to acquire is actually a realignment of an existing easement. There's an existing drain easement that was acquired by the city in 1955. There was a subsequent drainage project where the new drain alignment changed, and the previous owners were agreeable to it. And there were some documentation issues, and in the process of getting those documentation issues addressed, the properties changed hands. So we've been attempting to get additional contact with Mr. Hoffman, but our most recent contact with him, we haven't gotten any response. So that's why we've come to the council to initiate this.
Okay, I will take this offline, Chair, but now I can hear from both sides. I'll figure out maybe what didn't or did happen.
Okay, I think it's in.
Is it?
It's in.
Oh, it's in Kahalu.
Yeah, Kahalu.
It's Councilmember Wires district.
Yeah, and so I appreciate that insight because Mr. Hoffman, I know when we've talked or was mentioning that of course, it was purely through letter that the conversation happened, so I'm gonna request a chair, but of course it's his discretion if DDC would be open to doing the sit down with Mr. Hoffman to go through some of the questions regarding the plot map and then also the evaluation. And of course, I'd be asking for deferral, but I'd be voting no if it moves forward today. But again, apologize to Chair for any inconvenience in that request. But would DDC be open to meeting either way?
Yes, definitely, definitely. We always want to work with the property owner. But in this instance, like I said, there was no contact after several emails, letters. And so we had no other recourse but to initiate this.
I'm sure we can work out a sit down either way, because there might be difference of opinion on the flow of communication. But if you're open to it, and you're open to it as well.
Yeah, definitely open to considering or continuing the discussion. So this issue has been going for about 3 years now.
Yeah, so maybe we can do a sit down, and then if it comes back to hearing, we can go through it.
So I think the other thing that I would like to add is this. He referred to the previous property owners. Those were my parents. They've been at this address for over 20 years, and they resided there before the realignment of this culvert. So I'm familiar with a very long history of this property, and yeah, just felt that was valuable to add.
Okay.
It's not like we've just moved in and the thing was there. It's been an ongoing issue for
Okay, we're going to move on to.
Chair, I just want to say I do have concerns of this moving forward and would request that it be deferred. But for DFM, you can't be bringing something forward for condemnation and not have fully explored the discussions. If discussions have broken down, then you have the council member for their district. Okay, so I just want to say that is not a good enough excuse to have put this forth. And so you guys need to get this together, because when it comes here, it would have been worked out, yeah? There's sometimes when it's not worked out, but this doesn't appear. It seems like there was a miscue in communications, and you can't be bringing that here like that. Thank you.
Okay, members, any other questions? Okay, see none. I will defer to the district council member. You want it to be deferred?
That'd be the request. Thank you, Chair.
And you're going to get them together?
Yeah, we're
Sit
going to see if
down?
we can get some dates on the calendar today, since we have both parties present.
Okay, if you try and resolve this, if we can't, we're going to have to move forward, but we'll defer it, give you guys a chance to sit down and talk.
Appreciate that.
Okay.
And understood, mahalo.
All right, so the chair recommends that action on Resolution 2673 be postponed to a date and time to be determined by the chair. Any objections? Okay, thank you, members. Agenda item number 4, Resolution 2671. This is to approve sale of surplus property. Director Kawano or his representative.
Good afternoon, Chair Nishimoto, Vice Chair Tupola, council members. My name is Paula Youngling, and I'm the Purchasing Administrator for the Division of Purchasing in the Budget and Fiscal Services Department. Director Kawano couldn't be here today, so he asked me to represent and request your approval for the sale of the following city-owned parcels located in the West Lock Golf Course. These are parcel 1A to Miss Ivalana Tsui, and she's a current abutting owner of that property. And parcel 2A, Mr. Sidney Walsh, also an abutting owner to the parcel. I'm here to answer any questions that you may have. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else wishing to testify, please come forward. Seeing none. Any remote testifiers?
Chair, there are none.
Members, any questions? Councilmember Kiaina.
I have questions. So I see the square footage here for the property. So can you just give me a better understanding? What is that, quarter acre, half acre?
Oh, I'm sorry, I've got the square footage. I don't know it in acreage.
The only reason is I do have a problem with the alienation into private hands of public lands, yeah? in general. So I just would like to know how big are we talking about, and did you have a process? Was this a competitive process for people to consider this, or did you just do it unilaterally and enter into a discussion with the buyers?
So it did get initiated by Ms. Tsui and also Mr. Walsh. But I've got some of my staff here, so I'll ask
So the reason
them.
I have a problem with
Yeah.
that is, in general, I do not like the alienation of public lands, and if you're going to do so, it should be in a fair process, right? It should be in a fair process for all people to be able to purchase this.
Okay, yeah, I think there is a process. Let me, hold on just a second and let me confer very quickly, okay, with the process.
Yeah, we're going to take a recess subject to the call of the chair. Back to order the committee. Go ahead.
Okay, so Councilmember Kiana, so no, we did not put this out to bid. This was at the request of the abutting owners, and this was several years ago, and so they've been working with them since then over the land. But we did have other departments that looked at it, DHHL, also DES owns this land, and they had no use for it, so.
Did you get the acreage? What
So
acreage are we talking about?
We don't have the acreage, but we do have the square footage of the land, and that is for parcel 1A. That is 29,631 square feet.
No, I saw that, so
and-
somebody just, it's like, it's better to do it in acres, so it's over an acre.
Okay, so I will try to get that information for you, but I don't have it in acreage.
And what is the process for us to alienate public lands like this? It's not like it's a small sliver.
So the property management and disposal process, this was put up by DES as surplus property. So we are allowed to go out
Oh.
and sell that property.
I got it, I got it.
Yes.
So DES is Environmental Services or who?
No, Enterprise Services.
Enterprise Services is selling this. Is Enterprise Services here?
I don't think so. So they declared this as surplus property.
Okay, I'm sorry. Chair, I'm not trying to be difficult here, okay, but I'm sorry. I just have more questions. Can this be deferred? It's not like, okay.
Let's get through the discussion first, and then we'll decide what to do, or the chair will decide what to do. Any other council members or questions? Councilmember Tupola.
Thank you. Sorry, this is the one I thought we were talking about the last time. So this actually is in Augie's district. This is the Eva Westlock one. So this is part of, it's mine? Okay, never mind. It's my district. Thank you very much. Mahalo. I just love sharing everything with Augie. So I just was asking about the actual resolution, because in this one, you guys are suggesting that 10% of the proceeds go to the reserve for fiscal stability and that the rest go to the general fund. But in the other resolution, it was all, why is this one going to reserve fiscal stability, the 10%? What was the decision on that?
I'm not really sure where that came from on why it needed to go to the fiscal stability fund, but I can find out.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, because I think in general, when the sales of lands happen, it usually goes to the general fund. So I was just wondering why this triggered a separate fund that it's getting contributed to, and then how we got to the 10% amount, because I just want us to be consistent with, if we do sell land, that it's the same process every time. Thank you. If you could respond back. Thank you, Chair.
I will get that information and get back to you all. Yes.
Okay, members, any other questions? Okay, see none. I think we've had a good discussion. It seems like there's a lot of questions still to be answered. So the chair will postpone this a month, or to a, chair recommends that actions on resolution 2671 be postponed to a date and time to be determined by the chair. Okay.
Thank you. I'll get you that information.
Moving on. Okay, members, we're going to go into executive session. Members, we will now move to executive session. The following items as posted on the agenda have been referred to executive session. I will read the items individually to allow for oral public testimony on each item. Testifiers will testify on all executive session items together. The time allotted for each testimony on each item is 1 minute as set forth in the agenda. Agenda item number 5, legal services for Kalama and Farm LLP. Agenda item number 6, to settle a lawsuit for Asing. Agenda item number 7, settlement for Taflinger. Agenda item number 8, settlement for Gima. Agenda item number 9, to retain Kobayashi Sugita Goda. Agenda item number 10, settlement for Bambridge. Agenda item number 11, in action against the owners at 2960 Pali Highway. We'll now take in-person testifiers. Anyone wishing to testify, please come forward. Seeing none. Any remote testimony?
Chair, there are none.
Okay, members, are there any objections to resolving into executive session? Seeing none, with no objections, the committee resolves into executive session pursuant to HRS section 92-4 and 92-5A4 to consult with the attorneys on questions, issues pertaining to powers, duties, privileges, immunities, and or liabilities of the city and the council on the items listed on the agenda for executive session. The following persons will be participating in executive session. All council members present. From the Department of Corporation Counsel, Deputy Corporation Counsel Pang, Sova, Lee, Awang, Nesta, Cook, Ho'o Manu, Vanui, and Saito. From OCS, Director Park, Deputy Director Pitcher, and Staff Attorney Matsuda. No members are participating remotely. We are in recess.
Aloha, I'm Honolulu City Council Chair Tommy Waters, and this is Council Conversations. This new video series takes you behind the scenes to see how your Honolulu City Council works and how we make decisions that shape our lives in this beautiful island home. In each episode, you'll hear directly from a council member about policies, legislation, or activities that impact you, from housing and public safety to cost of living and quality of life. Today, I'm here to recap important legislation that passed out of the November full council hearing. Bill 62 updates the rules for bed and breakfast and vacation rentals to clarify where these establishments can operate. This affects areas such as Waikiki, Ko'olina, and Turtle Bay. This outlines steps owners must take to register, renew, and comply with safety and neighborhood guidelines, ensuring that short-term rentals are safe and adhere to the rules. Then there's Bill 59, introduced by Councilmember Okimoto, which clarifies what can and cannot go into our sewers. It tightens up the rules to stop harmful contaminants from getting into our water systems, helping to protect public health and the environment on Oahu. These bills are now on their way to the mayor to sign into law within 10 business days. Resolution 25-305, urging the Department of Planning and Permitting to reject the planned gondola and restaurant atop Mount Ka'ala, also passed yesterday. Lastly, your council passed Resolution 25-284, giving the men and women of HPD a 27% salary increase over the next 4 years. Mahalo for watching. I'm Tommy Waters, your City Council Chair, and this is Council Conversations. Aloha, and welcome to Council Conversations. I'm Tommy Waters, Chair of the Honolulu City Council. In this episode, I'm here to explain Bills 64 and 65 relating to appropriations and budget execution. Bills 64 and 65 are two measures that deal with something that affects all of us, how your tax dollars are used. Every year, about $500 million that's been approved by the City Council for things like upgrading parks, fixing roads, or improving city services go unspent. That's money just sitting there, money that should be helping our communities. Bill 64 and 65 make sure we can see where those dollars are going and where they're not going. They add new reporting requirements so the council can spot trends like which departments are leaving money on the table and which programs are running short and need help. By tracking this better, the council can move funds where they're needed most without raising taxes or fees. It's about making the most of what we already have instead of constantly asking for more. In short, Bill 64 and 65 help end the shell game and make sure your tax dollars actually go to work for you, providing stronger services and a city that runs smarter. So next time you hear about Bill 64 and 65, remember, it's about accountability, transparency, and smarter spending. Let's make sure every dollar counts. To learn more about these two bills, go to honolulucitycouncil.org and click on the Find Legislation button. Mahalo for joining us. I'm Council Chair Tommy Waters, and this is Council Conversations. Aloha, and welcome back to Council Conversations. In this episode, we take a look at the work the Council has been doing to support Kama'aina housing, homes built for the people who live and work right here in Honolulu. Over the past 5 years, your City Council has approved 27 new housing projects, creating 10,811 homes for local families. These homes include rentals for low-income residents, workforce apartments, and new homes for sale. Because your council views Kama'aina housing as finding equitable solutions while promoting community-centered growth that supports local families and ensuring sustainable land use. Take Parkway at Kapolei, which opened last December. The council approved the development that built 401 rental homes and 3 preschool classrooms, a first-of-its-kind concept designed to support young families in their growing community. In Kaka'ako, the Waiakoa project, which will deliver a mix of 1,032 homes, of which 620 will be affordable under the city's affordable income restrictions, providing more homes in urban metropolitan Honolulu. Also in Kaka'ako, The City Council approved 621 affordable housing rentals in Pohukaina Commons development. In Mo'iliili, Kuilei Place will give 1,005 families the ability to achieve the dream of home ownership. The council worked to ensure that 603 of these homes will be priced at affordable housing ranges. Also in Mo'iliili, the council approved 278 affordable rental units at Hale Mo'iliili and another 104 units at Hale Makana o Mo'iliili. In Waipahu, Makai of the historic Arakawa Sugar Mill smokestack, the council approved the Keawalau redevelopment. This will bring 537 new affordable rental units so families can stay in their community. These are just a few of the 27 projects that the council has supported, improved, and approved. The council continues to push for home development, even as many projects wait for state financing to move forward. Seeing our local families struggle or leave our island drives us to keep finding ways to create more homes for our kama'aina. I'm Council Chair Tommy Waters, and this is Council Conversation. Aloha and welcome back. This is Council Conversations. Today we're talking about Bill 46, a measure Councilmember Toba and I introduced to help keep our community safe and informed. Here's how it works. HPD will have to reinstate sharing basic dispatch information with local news outlets so that when something major happens, like the 2023 New Year's Day police chase.
The two were hospitalized after Sydney Taflinger opened fire during an island-wide manhunt on New Year's Day.
Or the 2024 spring break shooting in Waikiki.
Police say shortly after 9:30 last night, two men opened fire near the intersection of Kalakaua Avenue and Lure Street. Police say a bullet hit a nearby business.
News outlets will be able to keep the public informed, aware, and safe. Local newsrooms are essential partners in providing timely, trustworthy emergency information that helps keep everyone protected. Under Bill 46, HPD must work with local media to provide timely updates about active crimes or public safety threats. These updates would be sent through alerts or over radio scanner communications, but it will never include individuals' private details or compromise police operations. The council will also hold HPD accountable, where the chief of police will report to the council each year on how this information is shared, what privacy safeguards are in place, and which media outlets have access. Any local newsroom that misuses HPD communications could face penalties or lose access. In short, Bill 46 improves transparency and safety by ensuring the public gets timely, accurate emergency information while protecting privacy and law enforcement integrity. Mahalo for watching. I'm Council Chair Tommy Waters, and this is Council Conversations.
Aloha, I'm City Council Member Augie Toba. Welcome to Council Conversations. I represent District 9 and I chair the Public Safety and Economy Committee. In this committee, we look at laws that keep our neighborhoods, our people, and our aina safe, while also overseeing legislation about our local economy, from our 6 municipal golf courses to the Blaisdell and Waikiki Shell. Today, we're breaking down what came out of our November Public Safety and Economy hearing. You probably heard about Bill 46. This bill will bring back access to basic police dispatch information from our local newsrooms. That means TV, radio, newspapers can give you quicker, more accurate updates during big emergencies. There's been a lot of work to bring HPD and the media to agree on the timing of notifications while ensuring citizens' privacy rights are protected and maintain the integrity of HPD's tactical operations. The committee also made 2 appointments. Resolution 25-292, appointing Anno Nubauer to the Citizens Advisory Commission on Emergency Management, and Resolution 25-290, appointing Blake Parsons to the Police Commission. All of these items now head to the next full council meeting on December 3rd at 10 a.m. I hope you'll join us either in person at City Hall or online at honolulucitycouncil.org. Mahalo, I'm Councilmember Augie Toba, your chair of the Committee on Public Safety and the Economy, and this is Council Conversation.
Aloha and welcome back to Council Conversations. I'm Tommy Waters, your Honolulu City Council Chair, and this is your February Council meeting in 90 seconds. Councilmember Tupola, can you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
It is my honor to introduce Timmy Chang, the head football coach for the University of Hawaii Rainbow Warriors.
Tough decisions will need to be made to preserve what makes Hawaii a special place. But you were chosen. You've earned that right to lead. Keep the aloha. God bless. Thank you.
And our special guest this morning, Lulu the Honu, Honolulu Zoo's beloved ambassador.
This bill strengthens transparency and accountability by requiring a publicly accessible, regularly updated website with an interactive map, integrating the city's wastewater and stormwater systems.
I would like to see information for our communities that are in the queue to be connected to the city system. My communities have asked to know timeframes and also whether the city will work with them on community outreach.
Bill 12, 2026 has passed second reading.
I'm really hopeful for us authorizing this very first step. This doesn't take away any of the oversight that the council has over the project and over HART. We are not writing a blank check. I'm hopeful for future funding for future extensions to the project. Mahalo.
Then Bill 60, 2025, CD2 has passed third reading. Aloha and welcome back to Council Conversations. I'm Tommy Waters, your Honolulu City Council Chair. And on this episode, I want to talk about something that affects all of us, housing. Let me be direct. Housing is the single biggest reason families struggle to stay in Honolulu. If we're serious about keeping our communities whole, we cannot afford to wait any longer. Here's what the data tells us. Federal data shows that Honolulu's families spend an average of about $32,000 a year in housing, over a third of their gross income. But for many families, the number is even higher. The reality is that housing costs consume more than half of the household's take-home pay. That leaves almost nothing for food, healthcare, education, or savings. Housing is not just one piece of the cost of living puzzle, it's the biggest piece. This is how it all comes together. When housing supply is tight, prices go up. When prices go up, families get squeezed out or forced to leave. More homes mean more choices, and more choices mean lower pressure on the part of your budget that hurts the most. That is why building more houses is not separate from addressing affordability. It's the part of how we address affordability. As chair, this council has already approved more than 10,800 new homes, of which nearly 80% are affordable units. That is real and tangible progress. But it also shows how much ground we need to cover. Approving housing development is one thing. Building enough of the right homes in the right places fast enough to make a difference, and that is the work still ahead of us. Supporting more housing doesn't mean abandoning smart planning. New homes need roads, water, sewer, schools, and public safety. Oahu water systems deliver roughly 145 million gallons of water a day, and the city maintains more than 3,600 miles of roads. Growth must be matched by well-planned infrastructure investments. That means building in the right places, making better use of the land we already have, and ensuring that development serves our communities. To be clear, here's where I stand. Build more housing, build more affordable housing, and support smart development that helps local families live closer to jobs, schools, and services. Because housing is the highest cost in families' budget. Building more housing is one of the clearest ways we can bring down the cost of living for residents of Oahu. I'm Tommy Waters, and this is Council Conversations. Hello, and welcome back to Council Conversations. I'm Tommy Waters, your Honolulu City Council Chair. This year, the administration proposed a $5.09 billion budget, and credit to the mayor for presenting a balanced budget. From my perspective, the budget is not just about numbers, it's about impact. With nearly 1 million people calling this island home, many families are stretching every paycheck to cover rent, utilities, and transportation. They're making sacrifices. The city needs to do the same by cutting waste, eliminating redundancies, and protecting the services people depend on most. This is the time of year when we make real choices about what gets funded, what gets fixed, and what may no longer be sustainable. I believe that this council's first obligation is to those already carrying the heaviest burden, to Mark Kupuna on fixed incomes, to the working families that are fighting every day to build a future in Hawaii. These are the people whom this budget must serve first. However, we have real obligations ahead of us. The mandated sewer system upgrades, the long-term landfill capacity solutions, upgrades to H Power plant, and, as we've seen from recent events, disaster preparedness. These are some of the numerous essential city functions that require resources. These are not future hypotheticals. They are real responsibilities, and delays only limit our options and increase long-term costs. That's why I, along with the budget chair and committee, will be disciplined in reducing long-term costs, strengthening essential services, and avoiding future pushing the cost burden into local families, all while pursuing every opportunity to bring in funding from outside of Hawaii in ways that support our residents and protect their quality of life because our residents deserve it. I'm Tommy Waters. This is Council Conversations.
Aloha and welcome back to Council Conversations. I am Valakino Okimoto, your City and County Budget Chair.
And I'm Tommy Waters, your Honolulu City Council Chair. When different perspectives are raised during the budget process, it's easy for people to jump to conclusions. It's also easy to fear misinformation or old habits to shape the conversation.
This budget is not about creating division. It is about building a more transparent, accountable, and intentional city government for everyone.
For many years, the city's budget process has too often taken the long route. Money was set aside, but not always spent. Positions were funded, but not always filled. Projects were listed, but not always delivered.
We appreciate and respect the administration's hard work in constructing and preparing the initial budget proposal. It provides a vital foundation. From there, the Council has a distinct charter responsibility to review, refine, and build upon what was initially presented.
Our job is not simply to act as a rubber stamp for the mayor. It's through robust collaborative discussion that we work to ensure our city's budget is responsive to our residents' needs, incorporates community priorities, and plans strategically for the future. As a legislative body, we may not agree on every line of the budget, but by discussing various amendments as a group, we learn more about the communities our colleagues represent and hear stories that may not have been accounted for when the budget was initially constructed. We lean on the collective perspectives and experiences of our council members and seek compromise. It is this process that I believe allows us to construct a stronger, more thoughtful budget.
The Council's budget approach protects active civil servants while addressing long-term vacant positions on paper. It maintains the city's core obligations to our residents, and it keeps Honolulu financially strong, including protecting our AA bond rating and high credit standing. We achieve this by planning thoroughly, assessing past spending trends accurately, budgeting intentionally, and remaining accountable for how public dollars are used.
It's not about weakening the city services. It's about ensuring critical city services can maintain and improve for those who depend on them, particularly as uncertainty at home and beyond our shores increases. And there is another important benefit.
When we budget with this level of intention, we can identify the resources that aren't being optimized and redirect them toward the real, immediate pressures local families are facing every day: housing, transportation, infrastructure, public safety, cost of living.
Every dollar must have a purpose. Every project must have a plan. And every budget decision should move us closer to a city government that residents can see, understand, and trust. This is the route this council is taking.
I'm Valakino Okimoto.
And I'm Tommy Waters, and this is Council Conversations.
Aloha and welcome back to Council Conversations. I'm Valakino Okimoto, your City and County Budget Chair. According to the City Charter, the Council may at any time request a City Auditor to conduct a performance audit of city agencies. Joining us today is Acting City Auditor Troy Shimasaki, who will discuss the most recent audit of the Office of Economic Revitalization. Let's listen to Troy as he discusses how his team conducts an audit and what they found.
There were 4 audit objectives for our office when pursuing this audit of the Office of Economic Revitalization. The first was to evaluate OER's efforts to carry out its responsibilities as set forth in Resolution 20-197. Second was to assess OER's goals and initiatives to identify any redundancies or inconsistencies with other existing efforts in the city. Third was to compare OER's functions, activities, and goals with other jurisdictions and agencies. And our fourth objective was to make recommendations as appropriate. The Office of Economic Revitalization had 8 areas of responsibility assigned to it from Resolution 20-197. They made measurable progress towards 3 and made very little or no progress towards 5. The 8 areas of responsibility assigned to OER represented the City Council's priorities for economic recovery. The 3 areas of responsibility that they did make measurable progress was economic response and recovery, funding identification and management for purpose of economic revitalization, and small business development. The 5 areas where they fell short included economic development and investment, economic improvement projects, business resource hub, sector-specific economic support, and establishing an economic revitalization commission. Because OER only accomplished 3 of the 8 responsibilities, the program fell short of expectations, and there were missed opportunities to provide a more comprehensive recovery for Honolulu's economy. So for a program to justify its existence, it needs to have evidence that the value justifies its recurring cost. So from a transparency and accountability perspective, government agencies should quantify and specifically identify how it provided value to taxpayers. It is not enough to stand on unsubstantiated value. So one of our audit findings also found that OER's programs overlapped with city and state programs that currently exist. So internally, OER established 7 program areas for economic revitalization. We found that 3 program areas were duplicative of both city and state programs. 4 program areas were similar to programs administered by other city departments. And 6 program areas were similar to programs administered at the state level. What was more troubling, though, for us from an audit perspective was a lack of a comprehensive plan that would demonstrate coordination with these other agencies and how OER's initiatives were either complementary or different from those supported by other government agencies. If OER established a comprehensive plan with key performance indicators and measurable outcomes, it would not only allow the agency to monitor its progress, but it would also provide the City Council and public assurance on how their taxpayer dollars are being spent and what value they are receiving. With federal ARPA funds terminating in December of 2026, which supported OER's administrative and program efforts, we question whether general fund dollars would be a wise investment for the program as currently structured. The city has not committed any program funds to support OER programs after the ARPA funds end in December of 2026. While OER states that it will pursue other state, federal, and private funding sources, those are not assured, and given the current economic climate, seems less likely. The city's administration and City Council should reassess OER's functions and consider restructuring the agency to better align with current resources. I think the most important recommendation from our audit report leans on establishing a comprehensive long-term plan that identifies funding sources, key program indicators, and coordination with other city and state agencies. This is key whether OER continues as it is currently structured or is restructured. This will go a long way toward establishing transparency and accountability for this very important city agency.
Thank you, Troy, and your team for conducting this audit. This kind of work is vital to our efforts in ensuring transparency and accountability for our community. For more information on the audit, visit bit.ly/OER audit. I'm Val Aquino Okimoto, and this is Council Conversations.
Aloha, and welcome back to Council Conversations. I am Council Chair Tommy Waters. Earlier this month, the Council approved the city's fiscal year 2027 budget, which is now awaiting action by the Mayor. The Council invested in essential services that support public safety, including the Department of the Prosecuting Attorney. Let's hear from Prosecuting Attorney Steve Alm as he shares an update on the department's work and the challenges it is facing.
Public safety is number one. And this is what we need to really be hitting on all cylinders. 20 positions at $115,000 each, and that would work out to $2,317,680. The number of deputy prosecutors has not increased in decades. We handle the biggest majority of cases statewide. Between fiscal year 2023 and 25, there was a dramatic rise in felonies that were filed in circuit court, 69% more, and 24% district court.
In the end, the council increased funding for the Department of the Prosecuting Attorney by $2.6 million, supporting 10 new prosecutor positions, strengthening victims and witnesses services, and restoring critical resources. The council made this investment because safe communities are the foundation of a strong city. When residents feel safe, neighborhoods thrive, businesses grow, and families can focus on building a brighter future. For more information on what we were able to accomplish in this year's budget, visit honolulucitycouncil.org. I'm Council Chair Tommy Waters, and this is Council Conversations. Aloha, I'm Honolulu City Council Chair Tommy Waters, and this is Council Conversations. This new video series takes you behind the scenes to see how your Honolulu City Council works and how we make decisions that shape our lives in this beautiful island home. In each episode, you'll hear directly from a council member about policies, legislation, or activities that impact you, from housing and public safety to cost of living and quality of life. Today, I'm here to recap important legislation that passed out of the November full council hearing. Bill 62 updates the rules for bed and breakfast and vacation rentals to clarify where these establishments can operate. This affects areas such as Waikiki, Ko'olina, and Turtle Bay. This outlines steps owners must take to register, renew, and comply with safety and neighborhood guidelines, ensuring that short-term rentals are safe and adhere to the rules. Then there's Bill 59, introduced by Councilmember Okimoto, which clarifies what can and cannot go into our sewers. It tightens up the rules to stop harmful contaminants from getting into our water systems, helping to protect public health and the environment on Oahu. These bills are now on their way to the mayor to sign into law within 10 business days. Resolution 25-305, urging the Department of Planning and Permitting to reject the planned gondola and restaurant atop Mount Ka'ala, also passed yesterday. Lastly, your council passed Resolution 25-284, giving the men and women of HPD a 27% salary increase over the next 4 years. Mahalo for watching. I'm Tommy Waters, your City Council Chair, and this is Council Conversations. Aloha, and welcome to Council Conversations. I'm Tommy Waters, Chair of the Honolulu City Council. In this episode, I'm here to explain Bills 64 and 65 relating to appropriations and budget execution. Bills 64 and 65 are two measures that deal with something that affects all of us, how your tax dollars are used. Every year, about $500 million that's been approved by the City Council for things like upgrading parks, fixing roads, or improving city services go unspent. That's money just sitting there, money that should be helping our communities. Bill 64 and 65 make sure we can see where those dollars are going and where they're not going. They add new reporting requirements so the council can spot trends like which departments are leaving money on the table and which programs are running short and need help. By tracking this better, the council can move funds where they're needed most, without raising taxes or fees. It's about making the most of what we already have instead of constantly asking for more. In short, Bill 64 and 65 help end the shell game and make sure your tax dollars actually go to work for you, providing stronger services and a city that runs smarter. So next time you hear about Bill 64 and 65, remember, it's about accountability, transparency, and smarter spending. Let's make sure every dollar counts. To learn more about these two bills, go to honolulucitycouncil.org and click on the Find Legislation button. Mahalo for joining us. I'm Council Chair Tommy Waters, and this is Council Conversations. Aloha, and welcome back to Council Conversations. In this episode, we take a look at the work the Council has been doing to support Kama'aina housing, homes built for the people who live and work right here in Honolulu. Over the past 5 years, your City Council has approved 27 new housing projects, creating 10,811 homes for local families. These homes include rentals for low-income residents, workforce apartments, and new homes for sale. Because your council views Kama'aina housing as finding equitable solutions while promoting community-centered growth that supports local families and ensuring sustainable land use. Take Parkway at Kapolei, which opened last December. The council approved the development that built 401 rental homes and 3 preschool classrooms, a first-of-its-kind concept designed to support young families in their growing community. In Kaka'ako, the Waiakoa project, which will deliver a mix of 1,032 homes, of which 620 will be affordable under the city's affordable income restrictions, providing
on International Legal Affairs is reconvened in open session, noting the attendance of council members Wire, Kia'aina, Tupola, Cordero, Okimoto, and Toba. Okay, members, for agenda item number 5, Chair recommends that the resolution to retain legal services from Kalama and Farm, as discussed in executive session, be reported out for adoption. Any discussion? Any noes or WRs? See none, thank you. Moving on to agenda item number 6, Chair recommends that the request for authorization to settle a lawsuit against the City and County of Honolulu entitled Asing be reported out for adoption. Any discussion? Any WRs or noes? Thank you, members. For agenda item number 7, Chair recommends that the request for authorization to settle Taflinger versus City and County Honolulu, as discussed in executive session, be reported out for adoption. Any WRs or noes? Chair Okimoto.
Reservations.
Reservations for Okimoto. Anyone else? Okay, see none. Thank you, members. Moving on to number 8, Chair recommends that the request for authorization to settle a lawsuit for Gima, as discussed in executive session, be reported out for adoption. Any WRs or noes? Thank you. Agenda item number 9, Chair recommends that the resolution to retain Kobayashi Sugita Goda, as discussed in executive session, be reported out for adoption. Any WRs or noes? Seeing none, thank you. Agenda item 10, Chair recommends the request for authorization to settle Bambridge, as discussed in executive session, be reported out for adoption. Any WRs or noes? Thank you. Finally, number 11, Chair recommends the request for authorization to initiate action against the owners of 2960 Pali Highway as discussed in executive session be reported out for adoption. Any WRs or noes? Okay, thank you, members. We are adjourned.